All right, we're here with head cross-country coach Jarret Slaven to talk about his 2012 team. Coach, can you speak about the past few weeks of training and how you think your team did?
Well, we've been training for about 2 weeks. We gave summer workouts to all the athletes, and they've been training all summer on their own. So we've been together as a team for about 2 weeks and just started to do hard tempos and some difficult interval workout. And over the summer they did basically just long distance training with some easy tempo.
What are your goals for the upcoming season?
Well, like always, we like to challenge to win the conference meet. We're going to run against a lot of D1 schools, which really gets us ready for those meets. We're going to try to do well at regionals and hopefully win that again. We lost 5 varsity athletes from last year on the women's side and 2 on the men's side, so we have some rebuilding to do. So our goals are always to do well at conference, possibly win it. Same thing at regionals, and continue and go to nationals and do a good job on that scene.
Okay. What are the strengths of this team?
The strengths, we got some good leaders coming back with Kaya Hampton and Kelly Hagan. Kaya being the lone senior. They're great leaders, they're great pace setters, and probably the team under that might be 1 or 2 sophomores with the rest freshmen. So the strength of the team are the senior juniors, and hopefully the sophomores have caught on from last year and they'll help the freshmen from this year.
Okay. It seems like the men have a few more returning runners than
they do.
The women.
They do. We only lost 2 from the varsity on the men's side.
Okay. You talk about any areas of improvement you're looking for from this team?
Well, I've been watching them for the past 2 weeks, and the freshmen are starting to catch on, and they're chasing after the lead girls. So once we get that unit closer, we'll do well as a team. So right now, I'm just trying to teach the freshmen to run as close as possible, and in cross country, that's what you need to do well in the big meets.
Can you talk a little bit about the freshman class and the newcomers? I know you have a lot this year.
Oh boy, we have 8 freshmen. Some of them will make the top 5, top 7 for sure. Probably the best one we recruited was Laura Yarrow from Colorado, who recently won the national mile, or I should say 1,500 meters in 4:36, and was 3rd in 800 meters in 2:14. So she's probably the lead contender for the freshmen right now, and probably beat one of the top 3 runners.
Okay. There's a lot of changes around campus here, a lot of new buildings and a lot of construction going on. Can you talk about how that's affected your team?
Well, I think everyone's excited, including the coaches. I've been to a lot of different universities, and I think our athletic department is going to be at the top of the list in my book. The training room, the offices, the meeting rooms, just superb. And I think it's rubbing off on the team, because when they first saw the training room, they couldn't believe how wonderful it was. The ice tubs, as soon as they get inspected, are just going to be awesome, and the kids are looking forward to that. And I think it puts everybody in a very good, upbeat, positive mood, because when you walk into the shower facilities, the locker rooms, it's top notch. And I think if a new recruit comes to look around, they'll highly consider coming to the University of Tampa. Okay.
Now, can you talk a little bit about how fans and alumni and anyone interested can help your program?
Well, right now, I've been here for 13 years, and a lot of young men and women that have graduated help us out with scholarship donations. We've had a couple of meetings throughout the seasons where they came and cheer us on at the conference or regionals when we were hosting a regional meet, which we have on a couple occasions. So they come to cheer on the new runners and get to know them, and they also help out with scholarship donations. So as our base grows, I think it helps out our team, and it makes us has us a better opportunity to recruit better athletes, because they see these other athletes helping out that have graduated and done quite well in their working career.
On Friday, we're going to host the Early Bird Classic, which we host annually. It's going to be your first race of the year. Can you talk about that and the competition you're expecting?
Well, our Early Bird has been getting bigger and bigger. I think because, number one, we have a challenging cross-country course. Even though it's near Tampa, we have some, I hate to say hills, but I'm going to say little inclines, because somebody from up north would laugh at it, but they are challenging. And this year we're going to have 14 colleges, quite competitive, a lot of good individual runners. We're going to have some open runners as well. So I think a lot of the universities are coming in from Florida, Georgia, and nearby states. So it's going to be quite exciting.
Now, one more question. The The women's team has been very competitive over the past few years. The program's just been top-notch. Last year, the men's program came on as well, made it to the NCAA Nationals, and had an outstanding year. Can you talk about their improvements and how they've really stepped up and gotten to that level of where the women's team is?
Absolutely. Last year was the second time the men's team has ever qualified for the Nationals, which made us quite excited. But unbelievably, it was the first time that the school has ever won the conference. So the men finally won the conference, which was a very exciting meet. That was probably the most exciting meet of the year. Although Nationals is always quite exciting, although this past year it was in a snowstorm. But the men's team really stepped up. I think they enjoyed being challenged. They root on the women that we coach, and the women root on the men. But I think it was interesting that both teams made nationals and got to travel together and fly out to Spokane, Washington. So there's always that carrot at the end, and I think everybody's striving, and our conference is getting tougher and tougher. So it's going to be rough to make nationals again, both men and women. And on the women's side, it's a young team, so we just have to wait and see. But from what I've seen, we're going to be competitive, like always.
Okay. Hey, Coach Jarret Slaven, thank you for your time.
Thank you.